Hi guys! Today I want to talk about all the books I read in the month of April. At first I thought I'd only read about 4 books, but looking back I actually read 7, so I had a really good reading month. The first book that I read was Sex and Rage by Eve Babitz. I really enjoyed this book. It was set in 1979. It's about this girl and kind of her party life, and then kind of as the book progresses, she's kind of getting her act together, but at the same time while trying to kind of disconnect herself from the friendship she's had from her party life. So I really enjoyed this book. The next book I read was Pieces of Happiness by Ostby. This book is about middle-aged women or of retirement age kind of coming together. They're old friends from high school. Some of them have lost touch, but this one woman wants them to come live in Fiji at her home and kind of take care of each other. A lot of them have lost their husbands or divorced, and they're kind of on their own. So she wants them to come and kind of live out their days on the beach, and also while making chocolate. That's their business, and that's how they're going to make money. So it was a pretty feel-good book in ways, and in some ways a little bit dark, and there's some surprises at the end. So I recommend to read this during the summer since they're on the beach. I read this and it was snowing outside, so I was really jealous while reading this book. So definitely a summer read. The next book I read was Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. I'm sure a lot of people have read this or seen the movie. I have not seen the movie, and I flew through this book. It's about a married couple and kind of just both of them dealing with their own issues, each of them, and kind of how they're working through it or not working through it really, and kind of, what that's like. There's so much more to this story. I don't want to give too much away. I love this book. I flew through it. The next book I read was The Peculiar Life of a Lonely Postman by Dennis Theriault. Not sure how to pronounce his last name. This book was great. It's very short, but there was so much in this, which is something I really look forward to, is a short book with a lot that can make you feel a lot in it, I guess, in a short amount of time. So this is about a postman who kind of his hobby is to sometimes open up personal letters that he sees through the mail, since not very many people, mail personal letters. So he'll take them home and open them, which totally gave me such a creepy vibe. It worries me about anything I send through the mail, because he had a really good system of hiding it. But he falls in love with women as he's intercepting these letters. They're writing haikus to each other. And I don't want to spoil too much of this, since it is very short. I don't want to say too much. Twist ending that I did not see. This book was great. I loved it. I laughed, got the creeps. Everything was in this book. The next book I read was Catapult by Emily Fridlund. I really enjoyed this. I would say for short stories, I liked pretty much all of them. It was a little bit slice of life kind of stories. It's hard to describe each one of them, but as a whole, I really felt like all the stories were unique enough to really stand on their own, but still feel like they all belong together. So I like this book as well. The next book I read was All These Wonders by the Moth. And the Moth is actually, it's an event where people come and tell stories, usually about a 5-minute story. So this book is about 330 pages, and each story is only about like 4 pages. So there's just a ton of stories in here. Like, the list of stories is about 3 pages long. That's how many is in here. But each story is so captivating. Most of them made me tear up. or they gave me really warm, fuzzy feelings. Usually when I finished each story in this, I just had a smile on my face because it made you feel so good. But the Moth truly is an event where you go and tell your story. So, and this is all around the world. So if you want to look up the Moth, there's probably events going on in your area. So this was a great, great, great read. And the last book that I read this month was Bastard Out of Carolina by Dorothy Allison. This book, oh my gosh, I had to kind of put it down every once in a while because this little girl goes through so much. There's a lot of family drama, and it's about her kind of how she deals with these situations. You can tell as it goes on the terrible things that happen. Her mood just kind of changes. She used to be such a happy little girl, and then as it goes on, she's just building up all this anger. So you find, I mean, she feels, how do I say this? She really relies on some of her family members because her mom is kind of a mess. Her mom is relying a lot on this man to provide for them, even though this man does not treat her well. So I don't want to give too much away on this one either. So it was a sad read, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked the writing style. I liked the kind of country, hillbilly-ish kind of tone to this. Sad read, but a really good read. A book that I definitely hold near to my heart, I guess. So yeah, this was the last book that I read this month. I'm still reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I've been reading it for about a week, but it seems like one of those books that you do kind of want to take it slow. So I'm still enjoying that. This coming week is the Kentucky Derby, which I live in Louisville, so my schedule next week is very, very, very busy. So I'm not sure how much reading I will get done. But yeah, if you guys have read any of these books or interested, I would like to know in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.